Hello everyone, this is General History, and this is part 6 of my Panzer Corps 2 playthrough. We are doing the assault through the Ardennes into Sedan, and we have just crossed the River Meuse. We have forces here in the north that are sort of holding the French or the Belgians in place. French and Belgians, I guess. And we are slowly crossing over into the Meuse. And like I said, we hopefully should have Sedan fall this turn. I'm having a lot of trouble with just this little armored car. Which brings up a very interesting point of German armor. Last episode I upgraded all my armor to Panzer 3s or Panzer 4s, but interestingly enough, um, even with that being said, all the pretty much, well, not pretty much, all the German armor in the region or that was used in the Battle of France was actually severely outgunned by pretty much anything the Allies actually had. Uh, like I said, the main battle tank, if you will, for lack of a better term. The idea of a main battle tank didn't come to after World War II, but sort of the main battle tank of the war would have been the Panzer, or at this point in the war, would have been the Panzer III. It was armed with the 37mm cannon. The Panzer IV was had the 75mm cannon, but it was short barrel. It was basically a mobile artillery piece, sort of an assault gun, mainly used for like taking out bunkers and things like that. Not really so much meant for tank-on-tank combat, but the 75mm gun was still very effective, and they would actually take that caliber of gun and then upgrade it into a longer barreled rifled gun, uh, which would prove to be very devastating later in the war. But at this point, during the Battle of France, as I said, it was severely outgunned by everything that the French had at the time. French sort of main battle tank was the Suma, and the B1 Bis, or the Char B1, which was armed with a 47mm gun. Was it 47mm gun? Pretty sure it was a 47mm gun that the Suma and the Char B had. I'll have to research that, but I'm pretty sure it was 47mm. Or was the 44 and the Matilda had a 47? No, the Matilda had a bigger gun than that. I think the Matilda actually had a 75mm gun as well. I'm actually going to research this really quick as I try and play this, because I'm actually interested in myself. Google is an amazing thing. Like I said, I really just want to hold these guys in place, which they seem to be doing the trick. I'm going to go ahead and reinforce all these guys just in case, though. I am going to keep pounding. What town is this? This is Givet. To the two. Let's see, what did the Matilda have? I don't want the movie. Here we go. The Matilda had a... Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, the Matilda had a 2-pound gun, that's right. Which is that 40mm gun. So the French tanks was armed with a heavier 47mm gun. Okay, probably bored you, but it was interesting for me. So soon. Okay, so that's it for this turn. Traded 5 for 5 casualties there. Hopefully we'll move this artillery piece in range next turn and just obliterate these guys all to hell. Alright, and then of course I'm going to break out with my tanks here. Interestingly enough, that's exactly what Guderian did. Now, he knew French reinforcements were coming up from the south. So what Guderian... But he also had the initiative. Guderian believed that if he broke out, then the French wouldn't be able to stop him. So what he did, which was highly risky for the time, is he moved most of his armor to the west, as you see me doing here, and he sent the 10th Panzer Division south to the town of Stone, which was just south of their crossings at Sedan, and there he would or the 10th Panzer, along with some infantry divisions, would wage one of the most interesting battles of the war. Starting on the 15th, they would rage for 3 days, and the town of Stone, once the French actually moved into position, would trade hands, what was it, 17 times throughout that 3-day period, with constant just back and forth combat. And the French would finally be kicked out, with the Germans taking the town of Sedan finally for the last time, once other German reinforcements started crossing the river. Like I said, Guderian was told to hold off and wait for his infantry, but he ran off instead, like I said, trying to capture that initiative. Which proved to be very valuable, by the way, just FYI. Although, something would happen a little bit later, which Guderian would be very upset about, but I think I'm going to talk about that in the next episode, knowing what's coming in the next episode, or what should be coming in the next episode. Again, maybe I should start crossing up here now. As I am starting to break out, I think I might go ahead and start crossing. Which one's my pioneer? Do I have it? Yeah. See, that's pretty devastating. You know what I have totally forgotten about? Is my goddamn Air Force. I was complaining how they couldn't reach, and now I'm totally forgetting about them. Let me move these guys up, because they're going to be needed if I'm going to cross this river. Up here in the north. See, they got me covered on all sides. I think I might just go ahead and bypass this fort. It doesn't seem to have any sort of range. Let me see, statistics. Yeah, you have to be right up next to it for it to attack. So I think, like I said, it's supposed to represent the artillery fort that was there covering Sedan, but it doesn't actually have the range that the artillery fort would have had. Alright, go ahead. Not sure why that artillery piece would attack my guy in the rear. Well, that did not work out for my pioneer unit. Alright, let me get up behind him, get him encircled. So as you can see, I'm sort of just trading one-to-one casualties with this Renault. Where is my Stuka? So I took 3 tanks to do 3 damage, and 1 Stuka to do 3 damage. So you could see, oh crap, that's not what I wanted to do. You could see just how outmatched the German tanks were in comparison. Alright, so we're starting to break out south. I thankfully don't have to worry about French forces counterattacking me, unless it's a sort of a flashpoint moment for the game, in which case I might be in trouble. Alright, now that I finally moved my interest forward. Alright, back these pioneers off. I'll have to See, I have that artillery piece. That's really gonna give me a hard time too. But oh shit. Okay. Yep. End turn. Ah, crap. Ah, that's not too bad. I totally forgot to use my artillery. That actually wasn't too bad either. Let's see. Okay. Go ahead and use my Stuka all the way up here. Alright, got him to surrender. I'll go ahead and reinforce this guy. Alright, let's see if my Luftwaffe can destroy this final guy. Yep, and he does. Speaking of Luftwaffe and the area around Stone and Wallencourt and whatnot, once the British finally started to attack with the RAF, they took ungodly casualties during the assaults. During the RAF assaults, to the point where there's actually an entire graveyard in the Sedan region. Apparently, I've never been there myself, but apparently just dedicated to the RAF pilots who lost their lives over Sedan, just because the incredible casualties that they took that day. Okay, we'll go ahead and back these guys off. Actually, can I? Yeah, have pretty good odds. Go ahead, back the armor car off at least. I think that's it for this turn. Eh. Where's my Stuka? Send the armor back. Oh, wait, my grenadiers are in the north, aren't they? Oh, okay, never mind. Hmm, 3 to 3. Let's see if that will do anything. Yeah, force them out. Move my grenadiers forward. Alright. That army unit is destroyed. This one's almost destroyed. Can my infantry take them out? Nah, I don't know. Go ahead and move these pioneers forward. Okay. Well, looks like that's going to be it for this turn as well. All my Air Force was used. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh, and a critical failure by the French that I forgot to mention. When Guderian moved the 10th Armored south, or the 10th Panzer south, that is, it actually signaled to the French incorrectly that the main thrust was actually going to be south, and that they were going to try and outflank the Maginot Line. This made it so that the French would then take their reserves, which were sort of would have been in front of Guderian, and then shift them south to protect the Maginot Line, which actually opened up a corridor that Guderian would have been able to, or did, take advantage of, and did go through. He surrendered. Let's see. I'll go ahead and move my Panzer forward, Panzer IV forward. This guy will start shifting to the north. Oh, wait, range. Might as well soften up that tank unit. Get in behind here. Alright, let's see if I can encircle Kherson. These forces I may want to reinforce before I attack Kherson, though. Alright. Bomb these guys out in the open. Should have actually went after that anti-tank gun. But I can do that with this fighter. Crap. I still got more tanks. Alright, well, we'll deal with that next turn. I'm sure they'll counter. Crap. I wasn't expecting them to counter with the infantry, though. One to one, that's not too bad. Where's my Stuka? You reach. Ah, you just out of range. You're kidding. So much for trying to outflank them. I guess I could try and outflanking him with my armored car. And we'll go ahead and start swinging my artillery around. Be able to take out that gun next turn. Maybe I can get some strafing runs in on it. Yeah, it looks like it. I'll go ahead and start bombing Philippeville. And of course he can't reach either, so we'll go ahead and try and guard my artillery pieces. Let's see, I'll go ahead and just reinforce them. That sounds like a good move. Alright. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Can't expect... I don't believe Philippeville will carry on too much longer. Then we'll just move him off. That worked out perfectly. See, the Panzer IV was much better against infantry. So I sacrifice my bridge engineers to whittle them down some more. Jeez. I guess I should have bombarded them. So swinging him north. God dang it. Alright, well. I'll go ahead and put him on their flank. There you go. He's encircled. Use my bomber. And I tank the fighter first. Forced him out. Got him on the run. Alright. Maybe we can... Nope. Okay. Go next turn. Hopefully they don't counter into my trucks there. Sure. I don't really care if I lose my bridge pioneers. Gets the overrun. So move these guys south. May get the overrun. Let the bombardment begin. And we start moving everybody north. There's my bomber. Go ahead and start knocking them down a peg. Fortunately, that's all I can do for the rest of my forces. Right, now he's completely surrounded. Let's see what happens if I just hit him once. Didn't do anything. Alright, moves out, and I can move in. And we'll go ahead and claim victory. And there it is, victory. We have crossed the Muese, and the breakout of France is about to begin. So that was an interesting battle. It was a lot more, like I said, widespread than I thought it would be. I thought it would be more just around then, but it was interesting. I like the split up of it all. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be, like I said, Reinhardt attacked near Montemay. I didn't see Montemay, but it's sort of the same area that he would have attacked. But yeah, that's it, guys, for this first episode of the French invasion. We should have 2 more. The next one should be the Channel Coast. If you went the northern route, it would actually be Dunkirk. And then, of course, the final bit is going to be Paris, or you could go along the Maginot Line and assault towards Dijon. That's what I did the first time. That's actually extremely difficult. I don't know what the Paris assault is like. I would assume it should be a little bit easier, seeing as Paris was declared an open city, but we'll see. I seriously doubt if the game's actually going to model that. I mean, they very well could. There seems to be triggers in this game that, as you approach, it may trigger the forces to retreat south. We'll see. But we'll obviously have to wait and see. Because for now, that's going to be it for this episode. So thank you all for watching. And this is General History, and I'm signing out. Bye.